Hi everyone, and welcome to my first ever video on teaching you guys how to make a Facebook cover. It's not really teaching, it's more of a how I go about doing it. Every one of these teachings is really something that is personal to you. So let's get started. Right now, as you can see, I imported a picture that was given to me by my client. I pressed Shift Alt, I resized it to the format that I needed, and then I created a clipping mask around it just to help me visualize a little bit more what I'm working with. So this is a Facebook cover. It's 360 by 820 pixels. As you can see, there's blue lines in there. That's really just to determine how the mobile view is going to look. So you have to take 24 pixels off the top, 90 pixels about off the sides to give you a safe zone about for what the mobile version is going to look like. With this freelance gig, I get pictures and I get text. So right now, as you can see, I'm playing around with the text that was given to me. I try to find fonts that match a little bit with the theme. This is a summer theme, so I try to make it nice. I try to put the emphasis on the important part, but I don't have much time per Facebook cover, so I try to keep it limited what I do with my fonts. As you can see here, I'm really trying to find something. When you have to do about 8 of these, one after the other, it gets kind of tiresome to look for combinations using free fonts. I get kind of just overwhelmed. Sometimes I go look on websites to try and help me out. Right now, I'm just kind of going around and trying to figure out what I want. With the kerning, it didn't really work out how I wanted it right here. I think that's where it is. Yeah. It was really horrible. There it is. Okay, let me just put this out there. Kerning should be played with in certain types of fonts, in certain types of visuals. I would go more in a very modern, and I go luxurious with kerning. In this situation, I really shouldn't have played with it, but I try every possibilities just because. So in the end, I fixed it and I brought it back to 0 because I finally found a font. With this company, I have to actually vectorize my text and keep a normal version. So when I package it, they have the fonts that go with it. Since the original files don't necessarily belong to me, I have to send it back complete. So now I'm putting caps on a text. This is something that I actually like to do. I like putting caps on certain fonts. I think it brings a little bit of extra and it gives it a little bit more attitude. So I'm duplicating it. I'm going to vectorize it. Right click, vectorize. For the colors, I try to pick colors that are in the images. It helps balance it out a little bit. In this case, right now, I'm actually grouping each phrase together. So when I ungroup the whole, I ungroup it all as a whole, and the phrases are individual. So I picked the yellow out of the mustard bottle. I think I'm going to try a few different colors with the second part. In the end, I'm pretty sure I just kept white. You don't always have to look really far for these type of things. Just picking out colors from your images helps balance it out. A color that can put some contrast with the background. In this case, I picked white, but I put a shadow behind it to try and make it pop out a little bit more. Gave it that extra funky edge. Yeah, this is where I play with the shadows. I don't put too much of glow, I'd like to call it, on my shadows because I feel like it's really too extra when you start doing that. I just put a little bit just off-centered just to make it look a little bit more 3D. It just gives it that little, it separates it from the background just a little bit. So in the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this in a low res and I'm going to send it to my client. And then from there on out, if they approve it, I'm going to package it and send everything. So thanks for taking the time to stop by and leave a comment if you have any questions. Later.